All right, people. How's everybody doing tonight, huh? Here we are. Here we are. All right. It looks like everything's going okay. Let me know how you guys are hearing me. As you can see, I'm in a new setup, which I will share more about in a few minutes. But hopefully you can hear me well enough. I do still have to get a different mount for the camera, so it's moved more kind of eye level. But that'll have to wait till next week. What's up, Neil? Neil's in the house. But if you guys are hearing me okay, then I'm going to move along to welcomes and shout outs and all that other kind of stuff. So just let me know if everything sounds okay, if the audio sounds loud enough and what have you. In the meantime, I will jump up here and do some welcomes. We got Gonzo in the house, one of my mods. Sobek Skuda is in the house. Alan Grey Wolf, yay, I made it on time. Yes, you did, sir. You made it on time. Will be, I'm going to be lurking for a bit. I saw that before I went live. So that's fine. That's all good. We're just glad you're here. If you are going to just listen, jump in and hit the like button for me, just so I know who I got in here and how many likes we got. Michael Morgan, my other moderator, Mimo, said, let's get edgy. I like that. I like that. Good. That's a lot. Let's see. Who else we got in here? We got David Iverson is in the house tonight. What's going on, David? My friend Neil McKenzie. I'm off today. I get to watch the whole thing without waiting because that's true. And hopefully you're mostly moved into your new place. So Neil's a good friend of mine too. I used to work with him when I was a manager for Goodwill. He unfortunately is still stuck in that purgatory over there. But I just recently moved into a new dwelling, which hopefully will be better for him long term. And like me, Neil is a vinyl record collector and an audiophile. We still have to schedule a little sit down one night and actually listen to some music. Let's see who else we got in here. We got David. We got Tony Boombots says, hey, what's up? What's going on with you, my friend? Honey Bear is in the house early tonight, too. Howdy, everybody. Living room live. Where's Mr. Rogers' sweater? Yeah. No Mr. Rogers' sweater. But there's Josh, too. What's up? He says, hi, Dad. I'm here. How you doing, my man? I always love having Josh in here. Darnell B85's in the house. He says, hey, what's going on? Don't forget, folks, when you jump in, hit the like button and then hop back into chat for me. It always helps my analytics. King Snake Jake is here too. Hello, Eionan. Hello, everyone. Very, very cool. Me with Knives. MWK is in the house. What's up, everybody? What's up, my man? As you can see, guys, I have a new location. I still have not gotten a mount to change my webcam location, so it's a little too high at the moment, but we'll get that. We'll get that taken care of. We'll get that taken care of. All's well, miss you and the boys. I'll be in town Friday. Cool. Cool. Let's see. Leland Phil's in here too. He said, what's up? The fiance loved the fidget ball. Thank you. I'm praying for you all as well. Well, thank you very much. I will give a brief update on that tonight once we get going with everything. There's almost 20 of you guys in here. We'll give it a couple more minutes. Let me do a couple of shout outs. First of all, big shout out to you, the community as a whole. I can't say enough how much a lot of people have reached out over the last couple of weeks, especially knowing what's going on with my wife and her struggles with cancer. So I appreciate that. Appreciate all you folks who tune in every week. Much love to you guys. As I like to say, every Tuesday I summon my minions to assemble. That's kind of my new phrase now, right? You guys are my minions. Also, a big shout out to Michael Morgan, Mimo, and Gonzo at Gonzo Reviews. Those are my two moderators. Those guys do a great job for me. Good friends of mine, and they both do a fantastic job modding my channel. So I really appreciate that as well. Every channel needs moderators. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Spokane Vape Man in the house. He says hello to everyone. What's up? Glad to have you here. Mike Jernak is in the house. Hello, guys. Good to see you. Pocket Meadow. I love it. Glad you can make it, man. Hey, analytics in the house. There you go. All right. Let's see what else we got. Got a lot of greetings going on here. That's cool. That's cool. The native wild man. Oh, there he is. Yep. There's the wild man himself. I love it. Hello, wild man. Thanks for coming in tonight. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's see. So what do we got? We got 2040 folks in the house. So again, don't forget to hit the like button for me. All right. Looks like you guys are doing a pretty good job on that. And since we've got 24 people in here already, new comments already. I love it. Let's see. Tony Booms, yes, Cake St. Jake's. Everybody just kind of saying hello to everybody. Good, good. Bluminati Ninja's in the house too. Great. Getting everybody driving home from work. I'll just be listening. That's okay, Ninja. I appreciate you stopping in, man. I got plenty to talk about tonight. Brother Jason Brown, my man, Jason Brown, epic beard man himself, in the house. Thank you very much for stopping by tonight. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we got like 25, 26 people in here already. So, but there are budget guys in the house too. I just saw his name flash by there. I don't know where you went on the chat, budget guy, but welcome in, brother. Always great to have you here. Much love to you. So let's go ahead and start with pocket checks tonight, like we always do. But I like to always mix it up a little bit, throw in a little extra. So my question for pocket checks is, do you wear a watch? And if so, what kind of watch do you wear? So throw your knives up there. Let me know what you got in your pockets tonight. And tell me what kind of watch you wear if you wear a watch. Now, I know some people use their cell phones. That's fine. But if you wear a watch, tell me what kind of watch you wear, and we will share that with the group. All right. So some things I'm going to talk about tonight. We got word of the week. I got some news on Fully Deployed. I got news on this new space that I'm in right here. I will be doing a 5 and 5 tonight. We're going to have a chat topic, as we always do, talking about some knives that are coming out very soon. Another live stream that I will be doing starting in August. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. Some previews of knife reviews on my channel that are coming up. And let's see, merchandise. Oh yeah, that's coming up too. And as always, there will be story time. Story time's always at the end, or toward the end at least. So let's see here. We got. Let's see. Where's my first comment? I just saw a comment about. So let's see. Pocket Metal saying hello. Oh, Michael Morgan threw it out first. There you go. There's the beginning, I think. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Mike Nemo's got a murdered out Yo Jumbo and a Timex Expedition Scout. Oh, there's Budget Guy. He says, I can't stand watches. ADHD thing, it drives me nuts. That's okay, man. That's all good. If you're not wearing a watch, it's good. Still throw up your pocket check for me, though, so I know what you got. Neil McKenzie's got his brand new CRKD M16 10KZ. Yes, you posted a picture of that. Cool knife. Very nice. Let's see. The next one is, whoop, there it is. A little jump. Jason Brown's carrying a Penguin XL, large Penguin, whatever it's going to be called, and an Apple Watch. Okay, cool. I like that. I'm interested in the Penguin XL. Spokane Freak Show in the house, by the way. What's up, my brother? How's it going, Jeremy? Spokane Bait Man says I got the new Spyderco Yo Jumbo Sprint S90V. Very nice. And the Manix 2 extra large in the other pocket. Wearing a Phobius Eagle Ray diver on the wrist. Very nice. Very nice. What else we got here? Honey Bear says, Momentum Atlas 38 millimeter tie on the wrist, skinny tie, paramilitary PM3 in the pocket. And he's got a little beer symbol. I love it. I love it. Let's see. David Iverson says, always wear a watch, a deep blue marine diver with a Swiss ETA 2824-2 engine. Very nice, sir. King Snake says, no watch, but a Spyderco 100 Pacer. Cool. I like it. Jason Brown. Good metal. I love pocket metal. I love them, man. I love people with the unique personalities, right? There's only one pocket metal. Only one. Thank goodness. See what we got here. Petey Boom Chat Tech was the Edison Aerium and the Demco 8020 point and a Bulova Auto. So that's a very nice one. Mike Jernak has the Kaiser original, and sometimes you wear a Seiko chronograph. I for years I wore Seiko watches. They were my favorite watch for a long, long time. And I've kind of gone away from that now in the last decade or so, mostly out of necessity. Let's see. Budget Guy says been wearing in the Fox Knives Air Fox. Okay, cool. What else we got going on here? Mike Jernak. Gonzo. Somebody's shouting out Gonzo. There's my boy right there. My brother from another mother. Let's see. Alan Greywolf says Mercator Black Cat and Higono Kami. Okay. Got it. David Iverson, Carey, Shieldon, Tranchodon, CRK Minimalist, Bowie, and D2, Olight, I1R Pro Stars and Stripes, and an I5R tie. Very nice. Yeah, you always carry good lights, man. I always love that. Let's see, what do we got here? Knife Nut, what's going on, Knife Nut? Thank you for coming in tonight. Appreciate you being here. Knife Nut says he's got WMK Cormorant can't stand wrist jewelry. All right, good to go. This was. I'm just curious who wears watches and who does not. Native Wildman says, I have a tattoo of Thor's hammer where I used to wear a watch. American Lawman Mini, K-Bar Hunter, Case Mini Stockman, and more rocks. That's okay. I like the pocket charms are good, man. I got one in my carry tonight, which I'll go over with everyone. Let's see. Me with Knives. Me with Knives says Petrified Fish Beluga, Mini Griptilian, Leatherman Surge, Lumen Top Tool 2.0, Butane Lighter, Mrs. Me with Knives Hank, and an Android watch. There you go, brother. But your guy says, luckily only one me as well. Phew. You are definitely a unique individual, man, but we love you. More power to you, brother. Gonzo's got his up. He said Artisan Tylos, Swiss Army knife, Lancelot wallet, Forrest Hank, and a Seiko chronograph 100mm. There you go. All right, nice. So those people got some nice watches, man. What's budget? Budget's throwing out some more greetings. Whoa, just took a jump. Let's see if we can catch everybody. Oh, there it is. There's Bama Ninja. Bama Ninja. What's up, brother? Good to see you, Tim. Two Civivi Settlers and a CJRB Caldera. I also ask people to throw out the watches they're wearing. So if you're wearing a watch, if you do wear a wristwatch, let us know what you wear. Also, thanks again to Bama Ninja. He was my 5 and 5 guest last week. Did a fantastic job. Loved having him on. Let's see. O-Tip's in the house as well. Todd Carr's in the house as well. Awesome, guys. Good to see you. Don't forget to hit that like button for me if you're just jumping in. Let's see. O-Tip, I think. Ian G's in the house too. What's up, Ian? Pocket checks. And also I'm asking what type of watch you wear if you wear a wristwatch. Or what types of watches do you wear? All right, tell us what you got on your wrist if you wear a wristwatch. Okay, O-Tip says he's mostly only listening. It's raid time and healing. Somebody must be a craft player. I was one of those for many years. My wife, even longer, until just recently. So I know what that's all about. When you're raiding, man, you don't throw them heals on people. The group dies and everybody wipes, and then they start yelling at the healer. You didn't heal us. Let's see. Samuel Smithy, what's going on? Thanks for coming in tonight. Appreciate it. I'm going with a glass ring, a Shuragorov Neon Zero, and a Hamilton Viewmatic Open Heart Watch. Wow. I don't know if that's the actual name, but yeah. Very nice, sir. I like it. Will B has got a Samsung Galaxy Active 3 watch, Grimsmo Norseman, Spyderco PM2 with tie scales. He's going light, or it didn't put everything in there, Will, because you got a comma there. I see a comma, and I think there's supposed to be more stuff. O-Tip says my watch is a Timex Expedition. Okay, I had one of those too. Darnell B says no watch for me. Bama Ninja says he's wearing a Casio. Cool. Let's see what we got here. Ian says carried a Leon Mockfield duty and wore a marathon G-Star automatic on the steel brace. Okay, very nice. David Iverson says most of my watches are mechanical. I think we got through most people's pocket checks and watches. If you just came in and you haven't thrown up your pocket check and what watch you wear, then go ahead and throw that out there. Oh, there's the rest of Will B's. Big Brother, Samsung Galaxy 3 Active, Grooms Mode Norseman, Spyderco PM2 with tie scales, Kaiser Big later, XL, Civivi Chevalier, Raylight Kaiser Mini Sheepdog, Olight Baton 3, and Everyman Grafton. Budget Guy says, I have watches, those old dude watches I got from Ted Benson Bay. He just doesn't like to wear them. I wouldn't like to wear them either if they came from dead people. He says, let's see. Will says, I tried to delete it. It's supposed to be private. No worries, brother. No worries. It's all good. So let me tell you what I am carrying today. So first of all, I have a couple of these. Most of the time, I am wearing a Garmin Vivo Active. This is the S version, which is the slightly smaller profile. The regular one is a little bit bigger, a little bit larger diameter. But I love this for a couple of reasons, because it has all the activities I do on it all the time, including golf. So when I'm on the golf course, this will show me a picture of the hole. It'll tell me where I'm standing on the fairway, how far I have to the hole, how close the nearest hazard is, all that kind of stuff. So then it's easier to pick clubs and decide what I want to do. Makes golf go faster and smoother. So among other reasons, it has a heart rate wrist monitor on it. So when I go cycling, I just sync it to my Garmin Edge on my bicycle, which is basically like a Garmin that tells you where you're going on the bike paths and other places. I can sync it to that. So it's multi-purpose, and I found it just a little easier. It keeps track of my steps, tells me my heart rate, tells me my blood oxygen level, all that good stuff. It even has weather on, so I can check all that without having to take my phone out of my pocket. And at work, they look down on that. They don't want me to take my phone out of my pocket in front of people. Todd Carr says he will be listening in, guys. Got some work to do. That's okay, brother. Listening's fine. We really appreciate it. Let's see. Todd Carr says, "Oh, I got a Civivi Backlash and a Civivi Elementum at the moment." I was just checking. I think this is Budget Guy talking about how there are watches that he got and was given. He says, and I found one or two in the trash. That's too funny. I love it. All right, so let me tell you what else I got in my pocket. So I got two of these, by the way. I have a black one I wear to work. They sync with my phone, so they keep track of everything. And then I have this gray one that I use more for golf, cycling, and other activities when I'm not at work. So the black one kind of holds up better, doesn't get a scratch, and this one's in better shape. I've also got a Mrs. Edge fidget ball, which has been modified now. This is a 2.0 version of the fidget ball because now it has a glass-blown orb or marble in the middle of it. Okay, got that. Love these things. These are so cool. I am carrying the Olight. Let's see if there we go. i3T EOS, one of the many Olights I have. I love this one is in bronze. Today, instead of a small Swiss Army knife, I've got the Swiss Army knife, the Recruit, which used to be called the Cadet. This is actually a Cadet, but now they call this the Recruit. So I like this because it's got a pretty slim profile still. It's got a fair amount of tools in it. It does not have, it does actually. It does have the toothpick and the tweezers. So that's a cool knife as well. My small pocket carry for today is a knife I've been carrying a ton lately since I bought this off of Gonzo, my man. This is the Vist PE Production Edition with titanium scales. Nice Wharncliffe 14C Wharncliffe blade. This knife is just fantastic, man. It just feels so good. It's got this nice flat on the front of it for your finger here, plenty of space, or you can hold it back here if you want. I pretty much like it like this. That middle finger fits right in there really nice. So this PE, that's my small pocket carry today. And then I am carrying the sub bruiser category knife. I'm carrying the Medford Infraction. titanium and S35 VN. This knife and I, we've bonded. We have bonded. This knife and I have bonded. So anyway, that's what I got for today. And then, also I'm carrying the Mrs. Edge full microfiber cleaning cloth / handkerchief, which I never blow my nose with these things. It's just for cleaning off knives. Some of you might blow your nose with, I don't know. But anyway, Medford and Fraction. This is number 14 out of 50. Nice, ruggedly built knife. Perfect size for me. Love this thing. It's got a custom titanium pocket clip on it. MKT pocket clip. So that's what I got. That's what I got, baby. Gonzo says I'm carrying the same sack. All right, cool. I mean, this is like I said, they changed the name on it from the cadet to the recruit. The difference between this, the only difference between this and the Tinker is that the Tinker is a little bit wider because it has 2 extra tools back here. It has the screwdriver that you can use as a T-handle, and it has a hole reamer that you can use as a T-handle. Yes, I said ream. But that is the what they now call the recruit, used to be called the cadet. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? David Iverson said that ball looks so cool. These things are very cool. So we're on version 2.0 of these now. The original ones did not have a marble or anything in the center of them. So they were a little bit more kind of cushy, but they also kind of lose their shape. These still have this fidgety aspect to them, but they have a little glass, blown glass ball or marble inside of them. This one has one that's got a kind of a pearl bluish accent, and it's a red, white, and blue ball. But I've been making these larger ones now. My wife, Mrs. Edge, still makes the smaller ones because the rings are tiny in them. This is about the size of a golf ball, and a little smaller than a golf ball, just barely. And then the small ones are about half this size. Let's see. Honey Bear said, that reminds me, have you seen the double detent flipper divot tool from Janker? No, I have not. Divot tool. No, I have not seen that. That sounds cool. DDF DDT from DCT. Nope, sounds fun though. What you always finding a way to make it about sex, right? Ian says, I almost forgot about the Thai variant PE pre-order. That should be coming pretty soon. Yes, right. No doubt. That if you've never handled one of these guys, honestly, truthfully, I know they're a funny looking knife, but man, this thing is super fidgety. It's pretty much falls closed, and it has you get a whole bunch of different scales for this thing. This is just a regular Thai scale, which is my favorite. But when I got it from Gonzo, I got a couple different sets of scales. I got a set of jade scales. I got a set of black and G10. I got a black G10 scale. And then I got these Thai scales, which I kind of like the Thai because I don't really have to worry about scuffing or scratching up the knife. And I just like the look of it. But this is a great knife. I mean, it's a lot more ergo-friendly than it looks. It's got a Warncliffe blade. It has 14C steel. Holds an edge really nice. Good utility cuts. And not huge in your pocket. But there is plenty of knife here to get your hands on. So that's the PE is really cool. I really like it. ream the rod, reaming left forward. Yeah, ream. I feel like Beavis and Butthead. I feel like Beavis and Butthead, man. I used to love watching that. Me with knife says it looks like a sway back. It has a little bit of a sway back feel to it, but it's a more substantial knife. So you can, if you got bigger hands like I do, you can get more of your hands on it. But you guys says I have a knife that falls shut, it might fall apart, but it still falls shut. It's so loose, the blades flopping around on it. Got right. It's got what do you call it? It's got all kinds of lash in it. Oh, Devil Dog, it's here in the house. Listening. Well, thank you, my man. So that's it for my pocket carry for tonight. That's what I've got. That's what I'm carrying. Also, I got a handful. I got like 4 of these on my desk. I've got my minions here to help do some work, right? And my minions of you guys online, all my real minions who've been summoned in tonight on a Tuesday. So appreciate that. Let's see, what else do we have going on here tonight? So pocket check, we did that. Oh, all right. This is where you got to look. Pay attention, folks, if you are so inclined. There it is. There is the word of the week. Spooge. Spooge. Hey, it's my live stream and it's my contest, so I can pick any word of the week I want. And the word of the week for this week is spooge. What do you want, man? What do you want from me? I'm a Marine. Right, crayons amuse me. So what else do we want to talk about here? So fully deployed. So there's a bunch of fully deployed fans here in the broadcast tonight. There are 5 episodes out currently. I was doing spooge, not splooge. Spooge. Could be splooge. Could be splooge. Depends on how you interpret the word. Anyway, fully deployed. Episode 6 will come out in August, I promise. Probably the very early part of August. I have a couple of ideas for that. And the main idea I want to wait at least a couple more weeks for it. Plus, with everything that's been going on family and health-wise here with my wife, it's been a little harder to find the time to do that. So, I'm just letting everybody know that's there will be more fully deployed, but they probably won't come out every 2 weeks. Not like clockwork. I will have one out in early August. Winchester in the house though. He says, I stopped keeping track after the second word of the week. Mostly laziness on my end. That's okay. For those people who come in every week and do write down the word of the week, there'll be a special drawing for you guys. Christmas. I'll just let you guys know now. Okay, there's 35 of you guys in here according to my screen, and there is 26 likes. Oh my God, you guys are slacking. You guys are slacking. I don't know who forgot to hit the like button, but jump out, hit the like button, and jump back into chat for me, okay? Here's the thing. Christmas, I'm going to give away multiple knives and other prizes. So there's going to be several giveaways, not just like 2 or 3 prize packs, but I'm going to give away a whole bunch of items. The biggest giveaway I'm going to do is going to have to do with the word of the week. So the more words of the week you have, the more chances you're going to have to win that giveaway. Got me? So there you go. So if you got all the words or most of the words, right? And I think I'm going to require at least 4 words for you to get in. Now, I will explain that when we get closer to Christmas. And then after Christmas, I'm going to start over. And I'm going to probably do it every 3 months or so. When I do a drawing, I'll give word of the week winners or people an extra. Anywho, that's what's going to go on. Tree Stab and Troy's in the house now too. What's up, Troy? Let's see, Budget Guy, Tree Stab and Troy's in the house. David Iverson, very understandable. Yeah, no, I think we're discussing he's saying very understandable in relationship to me saying there won't be a fully deployed every 2 weeks. So, but they'll keep coming out. I have more ideas. I just haven't had the time with everything that's going on to sit down and actually shoot one of those. Let's see, me with myself. Most Marines are fascinated by laser pointers. I used to be, and I figured out what they were. Crayons, though, crayons. I still love crayons, man. Still love crayons. Budget Guy says, you've already given me your balls. I don't need anything else, bro. I haven't teabagged you yet. And you haven't had the balls bounce off the top of your forehead or your nose or anything like that, or your chin. No. Let's see what else we got going on here. Any other interesting comments here before I jump forward? Ian says, can you use spooge in a sentence, please? So in one of my old jobs, there was this special sealant stuff that we put on, right? And it had this really technical name, and I don't remember what the fuck it was. I really don't. But my boss used to say, hey, don't forget to put spooge all over that. Make sure you put spooge on that. Can't go out the door without the spooge on. That's as far as I'm going to go, because anything else I say will probably make this broadcast move into the edited territory. So anyway, so let's see. Time with the wife, most important. Now, that is true. And I'm lucky that my job is the type of job where I go in early in the morning and I'm home usually. I'm usually out by 11 or 12. And we've been able to schedule most of our appointments so that they're all in the afternoon. Her treatments are going to be on days that I'm off right now, at least for the time being. But yeah, I'm already, spending as much time here at home with her as I can. And that's also part of what we're going to talk about next, actually. The next thing we're going to talk about is, throw that over there. The next thing we're going to talk about is the fact that I'm in a new studio space. So the garage was never a permanent thing. The garage is hot in the summer, cold in the winter. And although I have AC duct out there that does help a little bit, and I have a space heater, that was never my full intention. My intention was always to have a space somewhere here in the house to work from. And that is what this new space is. So there's a new computer. I bought a brand new laptop. I took the spare monitor, which I was using in the garage. I brought that up here. I bought a desk. And so I will show you guys what my new workspace actually looks like. Hold on one second. What was the budget guy said? He said, I already left Spooge elsewhere. I can't use it again. There you go. Is it in a sock? Okay. I think I got to stop right there. Anyway, so here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Let's see if we go to I will show you what the new studio looks like. The new workspace here that I'm sitting at. It looks like that. So there you go. So that's before I had all my minions and a few other things on the desk. But that is here in our living room facing toward the kitchen. As you see behind me, I got the window outside. I can see my yard, my swimming pool, all that good stuff out here. This I took the other night on Stevie's live stream, I think. But anyway, I did this because I needed to get up in the house and be able to be near my wife and be able to be, she's right around the corner. And that's where her craft room is, where she spends a lot of her time. She has a couch in there. She'll lay down and take naps on. Even if she were in the bedroom at the end of the hall, I'd still be able to hear her. I still better respond. I can't do that out in the garage. So I just needed somewhere to be closer to her and be able to take care of anything that she needs in this thing that's going on. So this is what I decided to do. I decided to, get a small desk, get a chair, bought a brand new Asus laptop, and got this all mounted up and everything. The webcam up here is a little too high. I'm going to get this little, what do you call it, snake clip thing so that I can clip it onto the top of my laptop and have it be a little bit more kind of, eye level type of thing instead of looking down on me so much. But otherwise, this will do. This will suffice because I shoot all my videos back there on that counter. I got a skylight in the kitchen that goes through the roof, so I get a lot of natural light, a lot of good light for my videos. I just sit at that big giant center island I have there that has the 4 chairs at it, and I basically just shoot all my videos back there, and now I can just bring them right over here to the computer, and I can edit and upload all that stuff and get my stuff on there. But I'm a little poor right now because I just spent all this money to try to get this up here, and the reason that I did that, obviously. For a few of you who maybe haven't been here recently, a gooseneck. There you go, Neil. That's the word I was looking for. Gooseneck, right? There's a little gooseneck thing. I'm going to clip it onto the laptop, and it'll get the camera a little bit more kind of in eye line with my eyesight, so it won't be looking down so much. But yeah, thank you, Bama Ninja. It's good. It suits my purposes. Plus, hey, I mean, maybe you never know. Like if I'm really tired, man, I just get sick of you guys. You can always come lay down and take a nap, right? While you guys talk amongst yourselves. That would be pretty cool. I can do my live stream from the comfort of my couch over there. So what else we got? It says nice looking workstation. Yeah, so it worked out pretty well. So that was part of what we did. It allows me to be up here in the house. All right, so I did not set up a 5x5 guest. Obviously, there's a lot going on. Still working on a few people, but like this shit, good reclining action. Good holding a fussy baby. It's bath nights for the twins. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Chilling like a villain. There you go. That's it, my man. That is true. I can just chill out back there. I can just let you guys talk. I can talk to you from the couch, right? Leave it to the drive. Always looking for a relationship. That's true, man. That's totally true. Ethan Williams EDC's in the house too. All right. So anyway, I was going to tell you that I'm going to do 5x5 this week. I again didn't have time to contact some guests, people that were interested. So let's move into that. Let's go ahead, do 5x5. So tonight's 5x5 is going to be 5 budget knives. Okay. Now I just did a really good review, and if you guys have not gone over and checked out the Sativian ST130, which I've shown once in my live streams, you really should check out that video. That is a sub $30 knife that, if you didn't know, it didn't say Sativian on it, you'd probably spend $75 or $80 for that knife because it's that good quality and has that nice materials on it. So that's a knife you should definitely go check out if you have not already looked at that video. However, tonight I'm going to show you 5 other knives that fall in the budget category that I really like. They're not my 5 favorites necessarily, but they're 5 knives I really like. Most of them are full-size knives too. So for those of you who like bigger knives, don't like the smaller knives like we covered last week, this will be right up your alley. So the first one I'm going to cover is a true budget knife. This is a $20 knife. Okay. By the way, shout out to Budget Guy, because this knife came to me by way of Budget Guy. I sent Budget Guy some stickers and some swag, and he sent me a knife. This is a Ganzo. And this is a really cool knife. It's an axis lock. It's in 440C, but it's really well done 440C because it holds a good edge. It really does hold a good edge. Nice access lock, super fidgety knife, good size, right? I mean, look at the size of this knife. As for me, I have large glove size hands. Plenty of handle to get your hands on, right? So this is one of their knives. Ganzo has a lot of nice knives. So, yeah, okay, I will give him this. The pocket clip is a little on the floppy side. But anyway, at some point, I'll probably do a full review on this knife. But this knife is the, holy crap, I can't even see that. That model is so tiny. Shit, sorry, I got to put on my reading glasses. This is the FB 7601. 7601. Ganzo Firebird 7601. Cool knife. $20. All right. The next knife I have going on here is the Petrified Fish. And I believe this is the... Did everything just feel blurry for some reason? I believe this is the 818. This is one of the first petrified fishes I ever bought. And this is a really cool knife. This is a David Chen design knife. There's a few of them from PF that are designed by him. Really nice knife, though. It has 3 different... I've reviewed this, by the way. This is on my channel. It has 3 different textures of G10 on it. A nice looking knife. Solid blade. Totally drop shut fidgety. And it's a really cool knife. This is $23, I think. 24? It's under $25, I think. So anyway, I believe it's the 818 is what this is called. Right? But again, it's like a sub $30 knife. Cool. Let's see what we got for comments here while I'm doing the 5 and 5. Let's see. But the guy says, good big knife. It was a little small in the clip. Yeah, the clip's a little... Yeah, I didn't find it too bad. If you're wearing a thicker kind of pants, it's pretty good. If you're wearing something thin, the clip's not super strong, won't hold in it. O-Tip says, that reminds me, you never did send me those stickers you promised. Okay, okay. I apologize, brother. I'll get you some stickers. Don't worry. I'll get you some Eionan's Edge stickers. If I promised them to you and I just totally forgot about it. My apologies, but I'll get you some. Oh yeah, blurry vision accurate, but it seems like it's back to normal now. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. It's hard to beat a Ganzo. That is true. I agree with that. The Ganzos are really good knives for the price. They really are. I mean, if you're looking for a true budget knife. So let's talk about another knife. Now, I know probably the majority of you are already own one of these or have one of these. But for those people in the stream that don't know, where my Neils and my Joshes, there you go. Okay. I have 3 different versions of this knife. I have a really basic one, I have a mid-price one, and I have an upper echelon. So this is the QSP Penguin. Okay, this one is the carbon fiber version. It has shredded carbon fiber handles and a black stone-washed blade. Beautiful little knife, Wharncliffe, easy to use, QSP quality. The non-carbon fiber version of this knife. So if you just buy the regular version that has the G10 scales, same everything else, it's $32.50, I believe, right now through Amazon. So $32.50, you can have a really kick-ass budget knife that has a great Wharncliffe blade, good quality, jimping on the back of it back here. This is the QSP Penguin. And so for those of you who are looking for a good budget knife and you're looking for something that will perform and last a long time, I would say the majority of people in here probably own at least one of these. I have 3. Okay, this is the mid-priced one. This one is, I don't know, around 45 or 50 bucks. Then I also have a titanium one, an M390. But anyway, the basic version of this knife, which has the same steel and all the same everything except for these carbon fiber handles, is around $32 or $33. QSP Penguin, check this out. But the guy says, of all of my knives, I own no Wharncliffe knives. That's crazy. But said everyone should have a Penguin. It's an awesome knife. I agree. The Penguin is a fantastic budget knife. It really is. Again, the Neils and the Joshes out there in the world, the QSP Penguin, just barely over 30 bucks. Sometimes it goes on sale. You might even be able to catch it on sale once in a while for around $29 or so. But this is a must-have and a budget knife, and it is a solid working knife that you can use all the time. And I agree. Michael Morgan says that he recommends the denim micarta, not the other micarta. I agree. The denim micarta is a nice looking knife. It literally looks like a pair of blue jeans, right? I mean, the denim micarta really looks like a pair of Levi's or Wranglers. But again, QSP Penguin. Scott N, want to give a shout out to Scott N, who's also our knife tube dungeon master. Keeps all that stuff up for us. And let's see, Spokane says, I have the marble carbon fiber titanium QSP Penguin S35BN. It's one of my favorites. I have 3 others in various configurations. Me too. I still might buy more. I like the Penguin enough that I might actually buy them. I have the like I said, the titanium and M390 version of it that I really I love that too. That's a crazy knife. Yeah, it doesn't appeal to my taste, but I got a razor blade for that. That's okay, man. It's all good. All right. And then, so the next knife is a knife I've had forever. And I've used the crap out of this knife. I mean, this knife's probably gotten a ton of use. I couldn't even tell you how many times this knife's been carried by me. This is the Kershaw Volt 2. This is an R.J. Martin design knife. Okay. This is a really cool knife. And I wish I had gotten it in straight edge. They make an all titanium version of this. I'm sorry, an all stainless steel version of this with a fine edge and this stonewashed blade, and then it's all stainless instead of having the plastic handles. But this is a great knife for this size. This is that great smaller size knife. And here, I can still get all 4 fingers on it. It's super comfortable. Your thumb kind of wants to go right to that little spot on the blade right there. It's a good all-around knife. This one, I believe, is 8CR 13 MOV, but Kershaw does it pretty well, and they've got this steel down pretty well. I think the all stainless steel version is American made. Don't quote me on that, but it's a good little knife. It has a fairly good pocket clip that's made out of stonewashed stainless. Pretty solid. It is an assisted deployed knife, but man, I've used this knife years now. I don't know. I probably had it for 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know, something like that. And this knife has had the crap beat out of it and held up really well. This is around $30 to $35, and I think the all stainless version of it is about $45. But it's a really cool knife, decent size for in that small, slightly smaller knife category. But you can still get all four of your fingers on this knife. This is the Kershaw Bolt 2. Aberdeen Blades is in the house. Cool. Oh, Scott says, I also got Mrs. E's Hank and your fidget. Thank you so much, my friend. You're very welcome, sir. Very, very welcome. You're always welcome for that. You do a lot for the community, especially keeping up the knife tube schedule. So well deserved. Bama Ninja says, I want that Stormtrooper penguin. Yeah. I like the other knife I like that has a Stormtrooper look to it is the O-Knife Drever. That's a cool knife, and it comes in like a Stormtrooper color. Budget says, Kershaw has an excellent heat treat. Yeah, I mean, I think there's steels that they know how to do really well. Their 14C has done really well. Their 8 CR, 13 MOB, and 9 CR, 14 MOB, which basically those are, well, they're sort of VG10 basically. They know how to do those pretty well. G-Ball at the in-laws. What's up? What's going on, G-Ball? And so then finally the fifth one, the fifth knife that we have going on here is a knife I have reviewed. It's a knife I really like. I've even bought one of these as a gift for somebody. For a long time, this was the knife I carried in my truck, in my toolbox that I keep in my truck for emergencies and different stuff. Give me 1 second. Sorry. But anyway, this is a knife I reviewed. Used to keep it in my truck. Took it out. Decided to do a knife review on it. I've actually bought one of these as a gift for a friend. This is the rake. This is the, oh my God, I almost dropped it. This is the P801 in stainless. This is 14C28N. This is a full stainless knife. Has a nice long scale on it so you can get a good grip on it. Got some jimping up here on the top of the blade. It's a good looking knife though. Got some nice little blue accents. It's riding on ball bearings. Blue accents on it. It's a frame lock. Again, it's all stainless, the whole knife, so you don't have to worry about it rusting. This is great for a tackle box, put it in your car. It's not a super big knife. It'd be good for a bug out knife, I suppose, because you don't have to worry about it rusting if you leave it in a bug out bag. But this knife is pretty fidgety and got a good look to it, and it with a full stainless setup on it, right? You don't really have to worry about it. It's a great little knife. So it's got kind of smallish thumb studs on it. That's one of the things I did cover in my review. But full high flat grind all the way to the top. A nice little drop point. Decent blade stock on it too. So this is another knife I would highly recommend. I don't remember exactly now. I think this knife goes for the high 30s, maybe around 40 bucks, 40 something bucks. But again, it's still a good budget knife. You're getting good steel. Senrai Moon makes all of Rake's knives, but it's a well-made knife and has lasted me a long time and it still looks like brand new. So yes, if you were pronouncing it like it was from the Orient, it would be Ruiki probably, but they say it's Ruiki. Yeah, Ruiki. Some people, budget guy says, I still say Ruiki. It's actually Rake. The company says it's Rake, and it's been in their videos that they call it Rake. The 801 got you within 80% of a Sebenza feature web. True, but it's like what, $1,000 less than a Sebenza. Maybe not 1,000, but it's it's significantly less. So you basically get some of the same ergos and stuff. That's what Scott said. He said the 801 gets you within 80% of a Sebenza feature wise. Yep, he said the everyday person Sebenza with that. Yep, and it's true. That's one of the reasons I love this knife. And I bought one of these and given it away to somebody. And they loved it. They freaking loved it. They thought this knife cost like $100 or more, whatever. They had no idea that this was a cheap budget knife, right? And the thing holds an edge for a long time. I mean, the 14C on this is done well. So there you go, folks. There is 5 budget knives that cost well under $50. I mean, Christ, I gave you 2 of them that were in the $20 to $25 range. So if you're looking for a good budget knife, I mean, for me, the biggest home run would probably be the Penguin, the basic Penguin at a little over $30, and then probably the Gonzo Firebird 4601 with the access lock. This is a $20 knife, $19.99, and free shipping if you have Prime. So, man, this knife will get you a long ways. Great heat treat. That you love it. All right, so that's 5 and 5, folks. Yeah, great stocking stuffers. I agree, right? So, a lot of these knives would make great stocking stuffers, right? So I still, like I said, I plan on getting one of these Kershaw Volt 2s in all stainless. I have it on my list. Other cooler knives keep coming up, but I really would love to have this in stainless, the American-made version of this in full stainless with the fine edge instead of the combo edge. So that's another thing. Let's see. Budget guy says, let's try the Stivian ST110. It's honestly better than the guns. I have seen it many times. Matter of fact, I watched part of your video before I got distracted, and it's a knife I got to pick up. So I will definitely have to check the 110 out. I have a bunch of Stivians. I have the 126, the 130 is the one I just reviewed recently. So. Yeah, I'm all about them, man. My channel originally had a lot of budget knives on it, and now that it's become more popular and I know more people in the community, the range of knives that I review has kind of expanded greatly. So yeah. Also for shout outs, I also want to shout out Grumpy Grunt. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. We're coming up on that. So I did 5 and 5. So along with that, I wanted to talk about with you guys. I always throw out a topic every week. Yeah, there you go. Mimo throwing down the info. You can get a Kubi KU 322 for around $36. Yeah, I think it's like $40 or actually I think the all blacked out one is around 40, high 40s, but there's some of them are on sale from time to time in the 30s. The 322 is the poor man's Koenig Arius. I mean, it's the same basic shape. You get all the same stuff. You get the same blade size. You get the same handle shape. You get all that kind of stuff. It's a cheap knife. It's under $50 for sure. And you can always get the jade one and dye it whatever color you want if you want colored handles or something on it. They don't make Kubi should make that knife in Thai. If they made that knife in titanium handles like they do with a lot of their other knives, if Kubi made a KU322, guys, with titanium scales and say, I don't know, M390 or S35 VN, I would fucking jump all over that. I would jump all over that for sure. That would be the easiest Kubi knife purchase that I probably ever made. Right, that's what I'm saying. It's yeah. So right there. So Kubi Arius, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have a weird name for it. I forget what it's even called. The Titus or something like that. But it's basically the same basic shape and design and size as a Koenig Arius. So Kubi, if you're out there listening, throw some titanium scales on that bitch and give us a good blade steel. I mean, something besides D2, which is fine, especially if you get the coated one. But give us whatever, S35 VN or M390 or S30, or give us something meaningful and charge us around that same price you're charging for some of the other ones like the titanium Drake and stuff at about $1.25. And I think you'd have a home run there. I think a shitload of people would buy that, right? Gonzo says, if I buy any more knives, my wife will kill me with it. But you're gonna, brother. You're gonna, right? I get that. That's why you buy and sell knives a lot. I understand. So this leads into my next question. we were talking about this. We're just about to talk about this. What if you what blades? I'm sorry. What blade shapes is your favorite? So what if you guys had to pick one blade shape as your favorite blade shape, the one that you would choose over all the others? What would it be? Maybe you have two favorites. I don't know. Like for me, it's kind of a toss up. But what would your favorite blade shapes be? Yeah, me with knives said the KU322 was in 14C20N. It would be a wrap. I'm okay with that too. I'd still like to see them come out with a tie scale version of it. I think tie scales at 14C for under $100. Yeah, absolutely. You charge us about $75, $80 and give us 14C with tie scales. I'm done. Or charge me $1.10, $1.25, and give me S35 VN or something like that, M390, whatever. That would be a done deal. I'd probably buy two of them. I probably would. I'd probably buy two of them. Let's see. So we're talking about blade shapes. So Michael Morgan says drop point because it's versatile. Budget Guy says drop point, a traditional hunting knife type. O-Tip says folder, sheep's foot, fixed, kept heart. Okay. Folder, sheep's foot. So yeah, so something like a Wharncliffe or a sheep's foot blade. Gotcha. Ian says drop point. Me with knives says, my wife said if I buy one more knife, she's leaving me, so I bought two. Touche, sir. Touche. Will B says, I can't choose one, Wharncliffe or drop point. So there you go. Will, that is my thought process. If I just had to have one, only one, it'd probably be drop. A mild drop with a fairly nice sized belly. But Wharncliffes are very utilitarian. You can make a lot of different types of cuts with those as well. So it would be a toss up for me, but I'm with Will B. It would probably be there. Let's see. Bama Ninja says Wharncliffe for sheep's foot. Yep, that's going to be popular. So Honey Bear says sheep's foot for folder, drop point for fixie. I would agree. Like on a fixie, a drop point. There's no doubt about it. If I'm going to do a fixie, if it's going to be some kind of knife that I'm going to go do a lot of different tasks with, then it would be a drop point. And that's why I say it's a toss up between those two. Stacy Boasted Blades in the house. How you doing, girl? She says Wharncliffe, sheep's cliff, chisel. Yeah, so Wharncliffe. All right. Me and I, the budget guy rules. Our rules too is not one. Yeah. He's talking about my wife said she'd leave me if I bought one knife, so I bought two. Let's see. Byron Kennedy in the house. What's going on, sir? Byron says, love the Bowie, hard to beat the drop point. I agree. Yeah, especially on a fixie. A fixie, man, drop point I feel like is the way to go. A drop cliff. Illuminati house combined the two, right? So that's like a modified Wharncliffe. So a lot of people, the 770, the ZT 770 is like that. It's like, call it a modified Wharncliffe. It has sort of a drop point, and it's sort of a Wharncliffe. It has a little bit of kick up at the very tip, but then it comes down like that, like a sheep's foot. Let's see. If I had to choose just one, I'd say the recurve Tanto on my Norseman is so utilitarian. Okay, folder would be drop point or spear point. I honestly don't know. Drop point is my most utility overall. Very versatile. Wharncliffe won't do much bushwork as far as building and splitting in the long run. Yeah, no skiing. So again, Papa Rhino, that's what we were talking about. If I were talking about a knife to take out in the woods with me, I would say drop point. But if I were talking about an everyday pocket knife that I was going to carry around, I like Wharncliffes. Like this, like I was saying, the Kvist is a knife that, and this isn't really a true Wharncliffe. It does have a little bit of an up curve to it. There's a little bit of slope right here, right? But it's a great knife. I can do just about everything I need with this. Let's see. What do we got here? Anybody else throwing out their opinions? So then my second part of that question was, what's your least favorite blade design? What's the least favorite blade style you have? Is there a blade style that you feel is like, that's my least favorite? Like, I don't really like that. Let's see. Papa says, but if you can only have one, you'll be in the woods eventually, just saying. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're down to the point where you can only have one knife, you're probably things have gone to hell in a handbasket, and you're going to be breaking out that survival woodsman's knife, right? So yeah, it's probably going to be a drop point more than likely, right? So let's see. O-Tip says least favorite is Tanto. Tanto. Recurve. Yep. So I know somebody mentioned. That they like. I think it was Will B said he has a recurve he really likes. I like them for cutting purposes. I don't like them for ease of sharpening. So one of my all-time favorite knives that I have that's a big chunky knife is the ZTO 350. And that knife is amazing. It's an S35 blade coated. It's ripped through. I don't know how many, probably a mile of cardboard in its lifetime. It still looks like a brand new knife. And it's amazingly held up pretty well. All I've ever really had to do is lightly kind of strop it on a narrow strap. I can't do it on a full one because it has a slight recurve to it. So the recurve helps grab stuff and really cut through things really nice. But it's a pain in the balls to sharpen on certain kinds of sharpeners. And that's why I don't like recurve. I don't mind Tantos because you got two distinct angles that you can sharpen. You can sharpen this one and then flip the knife and sharpen the actual Tanto part of it. So that part doesn't bother me too much. But Persians, not so much. Some of the Persians I don't like. It depends on them. Like the slight kind of quasi Persian that comes on the Kunwu Ronin is really nice. That's a really nice blade. That thing is slicey as fuck, and it's actually pretty easy to sharpen. So, but a lot of people in here has Tanto. We have Tanto here, Tanto here. Troy says recurve. Gonzo says Persian. Stacy says Kukuri. Michael Morgan, CRK Ritual, no thanks. Yeah. So least favorite is a cleaver. Okay. I like a dagger, but not very useful for EDC. Yeah. The Chris is pretty silly, but nice to look at. I agree. Let's see. Just need a diamond rod to sharpen a recurve. Yeah, again, but you gotta again, I gotta buy a different kind of sharp. I don't really want to fuck with it. Right? I mean, I've got diamond sharpeners and all that, but I don't really mess with them. I mean, if it's a slight recurve, I could do it on the sharpener I have. I could do it on the Work Sharp Elite with the grits that are on there, but I just that's my least favorite. Scott says Bema Ninja daggers aren't that great at slicing fruit. Scott would know. He sliced pretty much everything in his freaking house with all of his knives. Let's see. Will B says, "Oh yeah, when my orphan finally gets to the point I can't hone or strop it back, it's going to Mike and will get sharpened." That's what I mean, right? So they are a pain in the butt to sharpen well. So yeah, we got a lot of different leaf blade or horse dog. Oh, you guys are killing me. Let's see. Stacy says those aren't that, but I'm so fried right now. I can't remember what it's called, guns. So, Richard Campbell in the house. I saw somebody greeting him, so I want to know. So I was just curious what you guys like. What are your favorites? What are your least favorites? Right. So most people, it's drop point or one clip. That's me. I think for folders, I like one clip's the best, and drop point would be second. But if I had to choose a fixed blade knife, a one knife that I was going to take out and have to live off of, it would probably be a drop point. And Donzo says karambit, yeah. It's a limited use knife anyway. All right, so we got through that. So least favorite knife. So I wanted to talk about something else too. So this Saturday, let's see, Michael Morgan, I could use one. Oh, he could use a beer. Yeah, exactly. No doubt. Scott Ann says, I'd consider getting my higher end knives professionally sharpened. Under $100, I'll do it myself. I do most of my knives. I mean, I've done everything up to my higher end ZTs and some of my more expensive knives, but it really just depends. Like, if I haven't really run into anything I'm uncomfortable sharpening, but at the same time, I'm not putting an Emler or a Neves type of edge on my knives either. If I get a nice sharp, shave the hair off my arm, shave my beard type of edge, and it looks nice and smooth and and it's got a nice, mirror or semi-mirrored look to it, that's good enough for me, man. Because I personally, I don't need the knife to have, a full mirrored edge on it for me to use it and be impressed with it. But I understand, like, yeah, if you're not comfortable sharpening the more expensive knives, send them to somebody, right? Also, I agree with David Iverson. Some of those cleaver shapes are fugly. They are, yep. Let's see. Traditional butcher cleaver is nice, but some designs are fugly. Yep, I agree. Some of the real total flat blade knives look really cool, but some of them don't. So anyway, this Saturday, I happened to be off, so I didn't have to take a day off, but I would have. I would have taken the day off because this Saturday is the Nimble W pre-order, and I am hell bent on getting one of those fucking knives. So I'm not going to miss out again. I'm going to be off. I'm going to be online. I'm going to be waiting. I'll be on early, just in case. I'm just wondering how many people here are going to try for a Nimble W. So the original Nimble is definitely one of my grail knives, and the X I wanted, but timing totally sucked on that. I just didn't have the money at the time. It wasn't going to happen. Too many other things going on, and now I'm in a place where I could do the W if I really want to, and I'm going to try my darndest to procure a pre-order on one the weekend. So I'm just curious, how many people here are going to try to pick up a Nimble W this weekend on the pre-order? Supposedly EMP says, hey, we got a ton of them available for pre-order. If you want one, you should be able to get one. So I am hoping that I will be able to get one. And also, if you are going to try for a Nimble W, which one? Do you have an interest? Is there one specifically? You want a smooth one, or do you want a frag? Is there one you're looking at? Are you planning on buying a Mokutai kit or any of that kind of stuff? Scott N says, I'm eagerly awaiting my Nimble T to arrive. Okay. The Tanto one? Let's see. Yep. Freak Show says, I'm always available to sharpen knives. Yeah. So, I mean, there's other folks besides the big people like Neebs and Emler and stuff that can sharpen knives. I would never volunteer to sharpen knives for somebody because I feel like I'm decent at it and I'm comfortable sharpening 99% of my own knives, but I wouldn't offer to sharpen a knife for somebody or have somebody pay me for doing that. But you guys says, I have no idea what you just said, bro. G-Ball said, I'm planning on grabbing a Nimble W, waiting on the liner lock and Tanto and Thick Boy version 2. Okay, so G-Ball is going to grab one. Richard Campbell, you did not miss story time. I've not got to that yet. It's coming soon, but you did not miss it. We got about 20 minutes or so left, and I have not done story time. Let's see. Stacy said I was going to try for it, but now I'm broke anyway. Yep. Scott N says, I got the black DLC frag Nimble T, kicking myself for not getting Mokutai. All right. So yeah, not many people in here, it seems like, are going to go for a Nimble. I'm sure they will have no trouble selling or at least getting most of them pre-ordered. But for me, it's one of those knives I really want to have. I'm also supposed to be getting my hands on the production prototype, which is pretty much the final version of the knife of the Jason Grant gripper. You might remember that I reviewed the custom version recently on my channel, and I'm going to be getting the production sample very soon. I think Grumpy has it right now. Also, if you haven't checked it out, I've got some extra content coming this week and the next couple weeks. I did the Drop Plus Gavco Thresher. That review is up now. That is an Apex pass-around group knife. That knife got given away to somebody in the Apex group when we finished with it. That's up now, and I have another Apex knife that's going to be on its way to me soon. Along with that, this Friday's review, which has already been filmed it this morning, and is in the can and ready to go, is going to be on the Giant Mouse Ace Biblio. I own 2 of these, so some of you may be familiar with this knife. I have never reviewed it yet, and I'm going to do that. I've already done that, and it will be up on Friday. This is the natural brown micarta version. I also have a green micarta one. So that's this Friday's knife review. And my bonus knife review, courtesy of the one, the only Angry Monkey, the Grumpy Grunster, is going to be another giant mouse knife that is on loan to me from him. It is the Giant Mouse. Can you see that? There you go. It is the Giant Mouse. I believe this is called the FM3. And this is a cool fixie. It's got some jimping up here. The scales come off, so it does fit inside this sheath better. They also make a, oh my God, what am I? I'm having a brain fart here. They make a plastic sheath for this thing. And you can use this knife with or without the scales. The scales come off. I've tried it both ways. It is very comfortable without the scales. It fits better into this leather pouch. But the other sheath that they make for it, you can carry in Scout, which is how I like to carry most of my small fixed blades. I like to carry them along, because I wear a belt all the time. I like to carry them here along my belt. And you can't really see like that. So that I can just pull it out. But this is going to be probably, the review for this will probably drop on Sunday or Monday. So this will be bonus knife for this week. And this is a Giant Mouse fixie. I think it's called the FM3 from Giant Mouse. That one's coming. That one's coming soon, folks. Kydex. Yes, there we go. And the brain, I told you I was having a brain fart. Giant Mouse makes the option of getting a Kydex for it. So you can carry the Kydex because it has adjustable straps. You can carry the Kydex in a traditional upright position like this one on a belt. And then the Kydex also has the holes so it can be moved and it can be carried in Scout position like this from the side, which is the way I like to carry my smaller fixies. It frees up pocket space. That's why I like it. And I don't have to have it stick out if I have a shirt untucked. I don't have to have the knife sheath sticking down. I don't have to bend over and have it. It's right there on my belt. That's just me. I like to carry in Scout position. Kydex or plastic? Yes, that's right. Duval says that's weird. Well, he always answers me even when I have dumb questions. One time I ordered something and later that day I released patches and I commented instead of I missed part of that. Oh, they're talking. You guys are talking about. You're talking about somebody replying. Okay, I got you. There's that one, and then there's this one. So anyway, those are the two nights that are coming up. The Ace Giant Mouse Biblio drops on Friday morning at 6 a.m. And then either Sunday or Monday, I will drop the review for the FM3 Giant Mouse fixed blade. And I will show it with the scales on and off, so you guys can get a feel for what that looks like. Really cool knife. Shout out to Grumpy Grunt. I have 3 fixed blades from him. I'm going to try to do those in 3 consecutive weeks as extra reviews so I can get those knives back to him because they've been away from him a long time. Papa wants his knives back. All right. Let's see what we got. Freak Show does a great job sharpening and anodizing. Cool. By the way, what's going on? Good to see you on the Ending Live. All right. So what have we got here? We talked about the pre-order. Oh, okay. So Saturday social. That's what I'm calling my second live stream I'm going to be doing. So it will be, let me jump up here to banners. By the way, I'll throw this up here for a second real quick. In case some of you people who came in late missed it. Word of the week, folks. There it is. Spooge. Spooge. It's my live stream. My words. Okay, anyway, here is the information. My new Saturday social will have its premiere episode on August 13th, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will be 2 weekends a month starting on August 13th, so every other week. It's going to be a totally different format than this. It's going to be really relaxed. I'm not going to do, I may do an occasional story time, but don't come in there thinking you get a story time every weekend. It's not going to happen. We're just going to talk about knife-related topics. I will have a guest on most of the time. I will probably bring somebody on, or I might even pull somebody out of chat to come on and guest with me. I have a couple of guests lined up for the first couple of them It's going to just be more of a Saturday chill session. We'll probably just talk knives. I'll probably bring my knife fulls out, lay them out here on the couch, and I'll just pull out knives and talk about them at random and things like that. But it's going to be really much more laid back. It's not going to be like this one. It's not going to be kind of regimented. I'm not going to have specific things I do every week. It's just going to kind of go where it goes. It's going to be a little bit more like Maddie's lives, right? You never know where those go. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to do an hour and a half to 2 hours on Saturdays, and we'll see how that goes. If we get a decent amount of people, if I get 20, 30, 40 people like I get in here, usually on an average week, then that's the way we're going to do it. And it'll be twice a month. And the idea behind that is I want to see how the Saturdays go as far as viewers, but it might open some new people up that can't make my Tuesdays. I have some people who can never come on Tuesdays, so it might allow them to do it. And then also with my wife's cancer treatments, which start tomorrow, by the way, and run for at least 12 weeks before surgery, it will allow me another day. So if something comes up on a Tuesday and I have to cancel a live stream, you'll know why. If something comes up on one of those Saturdays and I have to cancel a live stream, you'll know why. It's because of medical reasons and family reasons. And obviously that stuff comes first, even though I love you guys in the community. But anyway, I digress. So this will be what we're going to be doing. It's going to be called the Saturday Social. It will be on, the first episode will be August 13th, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Should run an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're just going to hang out and talk. I'll have knives around. I'll have at least one guest on, hopefully every week. And we'll just have fun. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be totally laid back, totally chill, totally casual. Not going to be formatted like this one is. Okay? So that is that. What else? I showed you the knife previews for Friday and Sunday. Giant Mouse Ace Biblio, Giant Mouse Fixed Blade. Oh, one last thing before I get to story time. I will be doing a merchandise store through, I think it's Teespring. It's the same one that Maddie and a couple other people do. So my channel's not monetized, but I have had a couple people behind the scenes ask me about shirts and things like that. And I'm actually interested in having shirts myself. So, and I'd like to have something to give away for the holidays, for Halloween and Christmas, hint, hint. So I am going to be starting one of those myself. I'm going to be starting a store. I will be uploading my logo. I will at the very least be offering t-shirts and maybe hoodies. The t-shirts aren't bad. I think they're like $21. But anyway, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to do that. And it'll probably help with some revenue for me because I'm doing a lot of mailing. I'm mailing a lot of stuff between the Apex group and some knives I'm borrowing and things like that. You know, I'm mailing 2, 3, 4 packages out a week. Even if you're doing them first class or priority, that's $5 to $10 or $12 a pop every time. So I'm going to have at least t-shirts, probably hoodies. I'll probably have long sleeve and short sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, and probably coffee mugs. Be cool. I'd have a coffee mug. So if you've been looking for some Eionan's Edge swag and you want to help my channel out a little bit, there you go. You'll be able to purchase something you want. Yeah. Saturday ice cream social, Papa Rhino says. Yeah, well, ice cream's a possibility. I'm not too proud to eat on screen, especially not ice cream. I would do that. David Ivor says, I'm praying for her. That would be my wife, Eionan's Edge. Thank you. But you guys says, good luck with that cancer, bro. That stuff sucks. Pure evil. I agree. It's going to be a long, tough road. My wife's cancer is fairly aggressive and fast growing, so they want to get on it right away. Maddest Factions in the house. Me says we'll always be around for you whenever you're alive. Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, if I got 20 or 25 folks, 30 folks like I get in here on a weekly basis on a Saturday live a couple times a month, that would be really cool. I would enjoy that. And yeah, because it's going to be more of a conversation. I'm going to play more off of the chat and the guest hosts I have on, and we're just going to kind of enjoy it. Neil says, I want a t-shirt. Well, you'll be able to buy one very soon. They're going to be like $21, $22, whatever. I've been talking with, as a matter of fact, Maddest Faction. My boy Maddest Faction. I was just talking with him today about it. And so you'll be able to get a Eionan's Edge t-shirt. I think I'm going to try to upload 2 versions of my logo. So one of them is going to be the white one, put on darker colors. But then I'm thinking about uploading a black one as well, so you can get a lighter color shirt. Like if you want Eionan's Edge logo on the chest or on the front or back, and it'll be like he did on a gray shirt or a light colored shirt, and it'll be in black. So, and then I'm going to offer coffee mugs and probably hoodies or something like that. But keep your eyes up for that. I will let you know in one of the weekly lives that will be happening, and it'll probably be pretty soon. It'll probably be within the next couple of weeks. I would say definitely in August. Satisfaction's in the house. Squirrel King's in the house, right? By the way, I love this goat. The goat was freaking awesome, man. That goat was a total killer. Something stuck in my pocket here. Did I leave something in my pocket? Went through the wash. So anyway, that is coming up. We will definitely have a merchandise store. I don't get rich off of it or anything, but it'll probably be great because it'll probably help me with some of the stuff that I'm mailing back and forth all the time. Like every week now, I'm sending out a couple of packages, it seems like. So even if it just helps once in a while cover the expenses of shipping knives and shipping stuff to people, back and forth to people, that would be great. I think last week I sent 4 packages out. So I will do that. And O-Tip, send me an email at my Eionan's Edge and remind me about your stickers, man. I greatly apologize. I just totally forgot about them. I do remember you at one point asking for some free Eionan's Edge stickers, and I did not send them to them. You did not miss story time, buddy. I'm just about to get to that. That is what's happening right now. We got about 10, 12 minutes left, so I'm going to get to story time. So don't forget, keep your eyes out for Eionan's Edge merchandise and my Saturday live streams. The Saturday socials will be starting August 13th. They will be a totally chillaxed format. I will have a guest on at least first couple of weeks, and then after that, we'll see what happens. But just keep your eyes peeled for that, and hopefully we'll see a bunch of you at the premiere date on August 13th. So story time. Story time. It is time, people, for stories. So grab your blankets, grab your pillows, put on your warm and fuzzy clothes, huddle around. If you need someone to take product photos, Neil says, yeah, I don't know. I might, but the way they do it, I think that it puts your logo right on them. Like it virtually puts them on there. Thank you, sir. We will talk more about that because you and I are going to get together and listen to some vinyl. That's one of my other passions is vinyl records, right? Especially a lot of older classic rock and blues and things like that. So got about, 700 records in my collection, something like that. So anyway, story time. So here we go. We're going to have a story time. That's right. Where is Gather Round, Children? It's story time with Unky Eionans. Right. So I decided I'm going to do a casino story this time. And I don't think I've told this story before because I have a list of stories and I keep crossing them off on here. And I have this one on the list and I haven't told them. So this story is a casino story. It's an interesting story. So this story doesn't really have a name, except it's I'm going to call it for tonight soft count theft. Okay. So here's the deal. When I worked at the casino as a supervisor and then later as a shift manager, one of the things that we had to do all the time was we had to go in and bring out what we call the count room people. So nowadays, they don't really use coins in casinos anymore. Everything's done by what they call a validation slip. So when you play on a machine, in the old days, you had to go get coin at a booth and you had to bring it out to a slot machine and put your quarters or your dollar coins in, or you had to put your tokens right in. And they don't really do that anymore. So now what happens is you just walk up and you put your bill in the machine. You put a $20 bill in, say like a quarter machine, and then it gives you $20 worth of credits and you display those. And then you get the slip when you're done. If you won something, you get a slip and take it up and redeem it. Or if you decide to cash out of the machine, you happen to have any money left in it. This doesn't happen that often. If you don't have any money left in it, you can go up and cash that back in and get whatever cash is left back, handed back to you. But table games, people put their money on a table. Sometimes they'll have chips left from the casino that they'll put on them, but you put your money on the table and they'll paddle that money down into a box. It's called the drop box, and it goes down into the super secure areas, the multi-man trapped areas with cameras everywhere, and it gets counted. So they call that a count room. So in the old days, you used to have a hard count room. That's where all the coins got counted before they did away with that, and modern technology created the system I just described to you. But they still use what's called the soft count room. So in the soft count room, that's where all the boxes of money go. So as a security manager, I would escort those people down there, security officers and or managers. We would escort those people down to this room. We'd have to watch the locked trolleys go into the room, and we have to make sure all the people went in there. And then all of the tables in the room were clear plexiglass so that you could see the floors, right? And the deal with that is they do that because they want to discourage people from pocketing money, right? A lot of these people come in and they'll throw a stack of $100 bills down on the table and say, "Yeah, I want to buy in." So this guy would have a lot of money, especially during major holidays, Chinese New Year, right? 4th of July, during the summer when the casino was full of people. And so they call that the soft count room. And the way that room was set up was the only place there wasn't a camera was in the bathroom, because federal law doesn't allow you to monitor bathrooms. But the people had to wear these jumpsuits that had no pockets in them. Okay? They just unzipped in the front. They had no pockets in them. You could not have a pocket in them anywhere, right? So when they came to work every day, they had to come in these jumpsuits that just had one zipper in them. Whether you're male or female, you wore this jumpsuit, you came in, and you took the money out of the boxes and you laid it out on the counter, and you had to count it all out. The cameras were watching. And the only time that you were allowed to be off camera inside that room was if you went to the bathroom, which had one sink and one toilet. That's it. Everybody follow me so far? So pretty hard to steal money when you're being watched by multiple people and multiple cameras the entire time you're in there. And then when they came out of that room, right, we had to go in there and make sure everything was clear. Everything was locked up. There was no money left out anywhere. The tables were clear. All the boxes were locked up inside of these cage vaults, right, that you could see through, and there was no money anywhere. And we had to go in and check the bathroom and make sure there was no money in the bathroom, no money under the sink, in the behind the toilet. It didn't have a bowl. It was just one of them ones went in the wall. And then, in paper towel dispenser. You had to check all that stuff. And then they could leave. So let's see. Brian Kent says, "I hope one of your upcoming 5 and 5s are for your top 5 GOAT albums and or top 5 live albums." That's something I probably, so here's the thing, guys. I don't really mean to interrupt story time, but that's probably something we'll do on Saturday socials. This doesn't have to be just knife content. It'll be knife content, but this thing right here, we can talk music. We can talk other things on Saturday social. So Saturday social is open. So bring that up, Byron. Bring that up on a Saturday social, and we'll definitely do that. I will pull out some vintage records, and I'll show them off, and I'll tell you which ones I like and stuff. But anyway, some people in here I think are talking about cancer and stuff. So it is about to be grunt. I already shouted you out, brother, because I'm reviewing this bad boy. This is coming out on Sunday. I'm talking about that, and obviously the Giant Mouse Ace Biblio is this Friday's review, and this is actually the Biblio I got from Grumpy. All right, so anyway, guys, so story time. So now that I've set the stage for story time, now that you guys understand what happens and how difficult it is to take money from a casino, especially in a place like that, an account room where you're on camera all the time, and you can't have any pockets, and all the tables are clear, so you can see everything that goes on. So we get one morning, we get ready to bring the soft count crew in after doing the drops, after pulling all the money out of all the gaming tables. And I worked at Mohegan Sun, so we had 2 casinos, 2 casino floors, lots and lots of table games, right? And we get ready to do this. So when do you go to the casino? Yeah, you don't. You'd be better off robbing a bank than a casino. Okay. So anyway, the deal is that you bring that team in and everybody walks in at the same time. So we go in that morning, and they're like, "We can't go in. the main guy, I'm not even going to use his real name, but the main guy, the guy who was in charge of that, you have a primary and assistant, he wasn't there. You can't start to count without him. Nobody knows where he is. So they say, well, we got to call the assistant. We got to call the backup. So they call the assistant. Assistant comes in on their day off. And the assistant looks really weirded out and everything and basically goes in. We were like, what's going on? Anybody know? And she's like, I can't say anything. Anybody know where this guy is? And she's like, I can't say anything. We'll call him Guido. Yeah, no, his name wasn't Guido, but anyway, yeah. So Stratton says, well, I know Robin Casino's got that. Everyone wing wing the Robin Casino. Yeah. So no, it's the dumbest place in the world to try to pull a heist on. It really is. Like the security there is way better than it is at an average bank. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, nobody knows where this guy is. The assistant account room manager seems to have an idea of where he might be, but doesn't really say anything and won't say anything to us. So we send them in, they do their job, we check everything, we send them out the next day. Here's what I find out. We find out a day or two later, whatever it was, that the soft count room manager was arrested by the FBI. And apparently, they had been watching him for a while because he had been stealing money from the soft count. What he did was he created this bodysuit that he wore underneath his overalls. It was skin colored and it had all these little pockets on it. And, you can't wand somebody for bills, right? When we used to do hard count, we had to wand people before they walked out of the hard count room, make sure they weren't stealing coins and tokens, because we had like $100 tokens you could put in these high-end slot machines, but you can't do that with bills. So, and if you were allowed to frisk somebody down because you had to quote unquote have a reason to believe that they did something, so they would hardly ever touch anybody because you couldn't put anything in your overalls. There was no pockets anywhere. But apparently he had been pocketing money for like a long time, like over a year. And what happened was he started buying things in his kid's name and his wife's name. And they basically, no, he didn't keister it. He didn't keister it. But what happened was, apparently, I wasn't there the day before, but apparently the night before, the FBI and the casino got together on this, and they went into the count room and they cleared everybody else out. They cleared everyone and they made sure everybody else was good to go and didn't have any money on them, and they moved them out. And then while he was standing alone in the count room, they basically asked him to take off his overalls. And he had this suit and there was money in every one of these little pouches. It was up on his arms, it was on his legs, it was on the inside of his thighs, it went all the way up, and it was skin colored, but it was hidden by his jumpsuit. And that night that they caught him, he had like $50,000 in cash on his body. And they believe, they're not sure, but they believe that he stole somewhere in the millions, probably a couple $1 million worth of money. Needless to say, it took over to say, needless to say, he went to jail. I forget what he got, but it was a lot. I want to say it was like 15 years in prison, federal prison. He went to jail. The house that he was living in, the house his kid was living in, got taken back. They got kicked out. They seized all their bank accounts. Apparently, he had an offshore bank account too that they found out about later. That got seized as well. But it was a lot of money, like a lot of money. And they didn't quite really catch on until he started buying stuff, right? And that's usually where people get caught. He started buying stuff, but they think probably maybe around $2 million he probably heisted, based on how much money he had on him and based on some of the things he'd purchased. So anyway, I don't remember what his exact sentence was, but he did go to federal prison. He did get a significant amount of time. I want to say it was more than 10 years. And he got caught. And that was the thing. Like, he didn't realize that they were keeping an eye on him. The casino was keeping an eye on him, and then they got in touch with the FBI, I guess, and then the two of them together started looking into his history and his transactions. But he basically was sticking money on his body on like a skin suit, and he stole millions of dollars from the casino. And you don't steal from the casino. That's not a good idea. You do not steal money from the casino. G-Ball says, if I stole that amount of money, I'd hide it in places only I knew, in the ground, all over the country. And there you go. So I guess, and this is the part of it I don't understand. Like, when people do this kind of stuff, like, if you put that much time and effort into coming up with a way to steal that money, you would think that you would be smart about how you spent that money. That would be my opinion. You would be smart about that. You would be like, okay, look, I just use it to pay and maintain the lifestyle I have. I'll put this money aside. And then long after I'm retired and gone away, I could just fucking leave the country and move off to somewhere else and spend that money, right? You would think that it would be something like that. But when you like buy your son a house, when you buy a new house that's nicer than your old house, when you start doing these things, right, that draws attention to yourself, and that's what you end up having happen. But anyway, he went to jail. He got caught, and they didn't really change the procedures quite so much. Like, you did have to unzip your jumpsuit, and they made people wear like underclothings, but like, it's hard to change much of what they did. But it was brilliant, and no one had done it up until him, right? So he was smart enough to steal it, but not smart enough to get away with it. So that's soft comp theft. Don't steal from casinos, people. Actually, don't steal at all. Stealing is bad. Next to murderers and rapists, thieves are my most despised category of people. If you're dishonest or a thief, that is my most despised category. Right? Well, that's true. They never get enough, right? So, they never get enough. I agree with you, Wayne Letterman. That's the thing, right? Like, at what point should you quit, right? Like, in his case, like, if he had quit way earlier and he had just put aside enough money to make sure that he was comfortable the rest of his life and didn't change his lifestyle, he might not have ever got caught. It was only when he started doing things that were outside of his salary level and outside of the norm for him that he actually got busted for this, right? And that's what popped the red flags. So anyway, Guido must have had another problem. That's true. He started buying Koenig Ariuses and he started buying Giroffs and Ariuses and Sebenzes and stuff like that. They're like, oh my God, wait a minute. He's $20 Gonzos. Now he's buying Mitfords. He's buying Koenig Ariuses and Giroffs. Something's wrong. Red flags. Anyway, guys, that's about all I got for this week. I agree, Bam Ninja. I can't stand a thief. And that's one thing the knife community is good about. People in the knife community that have turned out to be dishonest or underhanded or have turned out to be sleazeballs have always been called out. And they're always kind of ostracized by the rest of the community. So the community does a pretty good job of self-policing itself. And I do appreciate that. Man, it rained with Spencer. That's right. All of a sudden, man, his knife collection grew, right? Richard Campbell says, I wish I could tell you guys some of the stories of people we have busted. You guys would laugh, but then again, we'd be here all day. Well, there you go, right? So those are the kind of stories I love. But yeah, so again, crime doesn't pay, right? I mean, it does, but eventually it catches up to you. And in this case, he got some serious jail time. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know he got some federal prison time. And the tribe obviously is going to push that to the max, right? You stole from Native American tribe too. So there's that part of it. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this week. That's story time. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for your continued thoughts and prayers for my wife in this battle that we're about to start in earnest tomorrow. She will begin her treatments tomorrow. So we'll finally get to the part where we're going on offense rather than defense and information collecting. I know it's going to be tough, but we're going to get through this. I have faith that that'll happen. And I thank all of you for being here every week. And great to see you. So, guys, everybody have a great night. I'm going to make some dinner, and then we're going to watch some Cole's live stream over on Tri-State EDC. You guys take care. I will see you next week. All right.